Hello girls and gays, today I am going to be making a video about something very important to me. As you may know, BTS is a 7-member boy group. But, for years many solo stans have been excluding members and giving them unfair treatment. One of those members happens to be Seokjin. Seokjin is a very important member to the band, and has faced backlash for years on end. The whole ordeal is very sad and very tiring to not only OT7 armies, but to the boy himself. He has not publicly addressed this matter, and for that I am grateful, but it is still very unnecessary and heartbreaking. In today's video, I am going to address and show the mistreatment of Seokjin. Not only from solo stans or antis, but also from the company. Example 1. Streams and views. Seokjin has many solo songs, just like the other 6 boys. I don't know if many other people have addressed this, but as a Seokjin stan it angers me very much and I hate staying quiet about it. Awake, 10 million views in 3 years. Epiphany, 56 million views in 1 year. Tonight, 26.1 million streams in 8 months. Serendipity, 130 million views in 2 years. Singularity, 130 million views in a year. Winter Bear, 106 million streams in 6 months. Scenery, 171 million streams in a year. Promise, 201 million streams in a year. This is very sad to me. I'm in no way trying to say that the other boys don't deserve the high view or stream counts, because they do and I am very proud of them. But this is just an example of the difference between the treatment of Seokjin and the other members. All of the boys worked and prepared super hard for their solo songs and videos, if there was one. But you cannot even argue that the views and streams do not have a drastic difference between them all. I mean, we can sit and argue that there are time differences between the releases of the songs, meaning they had more time to achieve more streams and or views, but that is not always the case. Take Tonight and Winter Bear for example. Tonight was posted 8 months ago on the BTS SoundCloud account and has 26.1 million streams and counting. Winter Bear was posted 6 months ago on the BTS SoundCloud account and has 106 million views and counting. Once again, I am in no way trying to lessen Taehyung or any of the other boys' success and am only stating facts and the obvious at this point. Seokjin's song Tonight was written about something very personal to him, the passing of his pets, and was obviously a very personal and emotional song that he chose to share with armies. The song itself is very powerful and emotional, and I believe it deserves way more streams and hype. Example 2. Line distribution. This section is pretty self-explanatory. I am going to be telling you the amount of lines Seokjin has in popular title tracks and a vocal unit song. Not today, no Seokjin lines. Spring Day, 6 lines. 5 out of 6 are background vocals and harmonizing. Fake Love, 6 lines. 1 out of 6 are harmonizing, mostly repeated. Boy with Love, 5 lines. Half are repeated. Blood, Sweat and Tears, 1 line shared with Jimin. Fire, 2 lines. 1 is shared with JK. Do, 3 lines, 2 out of 3 repeated and left out of vocal line harmonization. Idol, 2 lines, 1 shared with Jimin. DNA, 3 lines. Black Swan, 1 line. The Truth Untold, 3 lines on, 4 lines, 3 out of 4 are repeated. In this section, I only used popular title tracks and a vocal unit song. Because no one has time to listen and analyze every song when he gets the same range of lines in like every song despite his solo songs. Most songs that I used are mostly sang by Jimin or Jungkook and the rap units mostly have their fair share of lines, other than Hoseok in Spring Day SMH. I wanted to include The Truth Untold because it is a vocal unit song and you would expect him to get more lines in that song, but in reality he really doesn't. Seokjin's lines in The Truth Untold actually are fairly long, but not nearly as long as the other boys. Most people like to justify Seokjin's line distribution by saying that his voice is more fitting for ballads and things like that, but in some of their songs, he doesn't even get the chance to sing. Even when the time is fitting. For example, in their new song, On, Jungkook sings a slowish melody and I think that Seokjin's voice would have fit the part perfectly and I would have been much happier with the line distribution. Once again, I am in no way trying to lessen Jungkook's potential or say he is not talented or doesn't deserve his parts in songs. But once again I am just showing facts of line distribution and stating an opinion. Example 3. Screen time. It's obviously not a surprise at this point anymore. This is just getting really sad. I don't think I have to do much explaining for this part. For the next part of this video I want to give a thanks to InSoftGlory14 on YouTube. They have a video about Seokjin's exact screen times in music videos and I used that to gather information for this section of the video, so go check that out if you want. I will leave a link to it in the description. In the No More Dream MV, Seokjin had 41 seconds of screen time. In the We Are Bulletproof Part 2 MV, Seokjin had 19 seconds of screen time. In the No MV, Seokjin had 11 seconds of screen time. In the Boy in Love MV, Seokjin had 35 seconds of screen time. In the Just One Day MV, Seokjin had 21 seconds of screen time. In the Danger MV, Seokjin had 29 seconds of screen time. In the War of Hormone MV, Seokjin had 17 seconds of screen time. In the I Need You MV, Seokjin had 21 seconds of screen time. In the Dope MV, Seokjin had 13 seconds of screen time. In the Run MV, Seokjin had 29 seconds of screen time. In the Young Forever MV, Seokjin had 16 seconds of screen time. In the Fire MV, Seokjin had 17 seconds of screen time. In the Save Me MV, Seokjin had 17 seconds of screen time. In the Blood, Sweat and Tears MV, Seokjin had 1 minute and 30 seconds of screen time. In the Spring Day MV, Seokjin had 34 seconds of screen time. In the Blood, Sweat and Tears Japanese version MV, Seokjin had 34 seconds of screen time. In the DNA MV, Seokjin had 17 seconds of screen time. In the Not Today MV, Seokjin had 1 second of screen time. I wanted to include this part of the video because I think it ties in with the line distribution in a way. Anyway, this just pisses me off a lot. Not Today probably would have been one of my favorite eras if Big Hit didn't treat Seokjin like absolute garbage. I mean, we even had purple hair Namjoon. Anyway, Bite, do better. Example 4.
Hey, Seokjin, as armies know, is a true sweetheart and has a heart of gold. He is the eldest young and cares for the other 6 boys like they're his own brothers. Bangtan are brothers, but I'm saying that as if they were biological. He never does anything to potentially hurt or offend anyone, but solo stans and antis go out of their way to pick on him nonetheless. I am going to be talking about a few examples of the disrespect shown towards Seokjin by armies. Keep in mind this is not everything that has been said to Seokjin, but if you would like to know more, I will put a link in the description to an article that goes into detail about some of the negative things said about him. It is worth the read anyway. On with the video. During an interview in 2019, an iHeart Radio interviewer asked armies who was boys likely to mess up dance routines, and Seokjin was one chosen, alongside Namjoon and Yoongi. This question obviously made the boys uncomfortable, and Taehyung and Jungkook were trying to move on and leave the question behind. Seokjin responded with, "I am not wrong," but you could tell he seemed kind of disappointed.
Human, which one of the guys is most likely to mess up one of their dance routines?
I'm not wrong.
No,
They know,
it's
they
good.
know.
Nothing.
All right, never mind.
Cut.
Hey, nothing.
Cut.
I'm asking.
We are perfect.
They're perfect. They're perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. The one that messes up gets the most attention. Just saying.
In 2013, Seokjin was filming a video diary and mentioned how Seoban PD would call him fat. Maknae Line stans on Twitter have tweeted about Seokjin saying he has no talent in singing and dancing. A Twitter account was made for the sole purpose of hating on Seokjin, calling him a pig and saying he was fat overweight. This said account's bio is also most likely not true and is only there to cause more people to hate on him and support their harassment against him.
Crickets. Literally crickets love. Literally what makes anyone in their right mind think it is okay to hate on someone for no fucking reason? Seokjin is trying his best to make armies happy by doing what he loves to do, perform and be himself, but clearly that is not enough for some people. The things I see on Twitter, or any other social media platform, but mostly Twitter, talking negatively about Seokjin literally fuels a rage in me that cannot be contained. Seokjin has never done anything to deserve the shit edgy pop Twitter stans and xenophobic people bring onto him. What actually surprises me the most about all of this is hearing that Band PD, the CEO and founder of Big Hit, Seokjin's fucking boss and mentor, could say something that cruel and hateful. I honestly do not have a lot of respect for Big Hit or Bang PD, and I never really have, but after finding out about this,
I am fucking fuming! Mega fucking fuming!
I was enraged. This is not how you should treat someone who is going to be working for you and going to potentially make you a shit ton of money. Seokjin stopped pursuing his dream to become an actor to work for Big Hit, helped raise 6 kids younger than him, and had so much more pressure on him to learn to sing and dance well to not be a burden on the group and not jeopardize their careers. Seokjin had to learn how to become a big brother to these 6 other boys, because he is the youngest in his house. Okay, I am kind of rambling right now. What I am trying to get across is that Seokjin has improved so much over the past decade, rather it be overtraining to become an idol, or training to be the oldest Hyung in BTS, he has worked hard. Anyone who can shit on him for trying his best and doing what makes him happy is a big piece of shit. End of story.
Anyway, this video was not intended to hurt or offend anyone. It was made solely to shine light on the ongoing epidemic of mistreatment towards my precious boy Seokjin. I clearly did not touch on all topics I could have, but I shined on a few topics that I thought were very beneficial and could make people notice the difference between the treatment of members in BTS. If you guys want a part 2 of this video in the future, let me know and I will try my hardest to pull it together. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It is always beneficial.
이 밤이 지나면 날 볼 수 없을까 봐 두려워 한없이 투명한 그 눈빛도 너무